Hello everyone, welcome back to another Friday and another casual champion review. Today is a very special day indeed, because not only do we get to play Mr. Jhin, Johnny himself, but today is the first year anniversary, well not today, technically it's in 2 days, but it is the first year anniversary of casual champion review, and what a champion to end the year off on. I guess the first year, you know what I mean. We've been doing this stuff for a year now, and to have that first year be rounded out with Jhin is just perfect because, well, I mean, Jhin is perfect. You know, it's also perfect. Fan art section. I'm sorry I sound a little bit dour. I'm recording this a little bit later. It's cast video, got age restricted, so I'm not in the best mood. But you know what? This puts me in a really good mood. It's just the sheer amount of fan art for the Jhin casual champion review. There is seriously so much of it. I struggled to fit it all on one screen. You guys are absolutely insane. It's beautiful. We've been doing this thing for a year now. I'm just still so happy. So many people seem to enjoy it and come by every week just to see me blabber on about random champions. So thank you, fellas, for a year of casual champion reviewing. Here's to the next one. Oh boy, I'm excited to play Jhin today. I haven't played him in a while. Oh, it's so satisfying. I haven't played any Jhin since I recorded the Season 6 rewind, like a year ago. Oh, but Jin's always one of those champions. You haven't played him in a while, and you come back to it like, oh my god, this is one of the best, most satisfying champions in the whole game. So I'm not just excited to talk about him because he's such a cool character, but I'm excited to play him because he's so much fun. So I got my notes, so I'm going to try to be as theatric with Jin's bio because that's what he would want, and I think it fits him best. So legend tells of the golden demon of Ionia, a vicious creature plaguing the southern mountains, slaughtering all that stood in its way, leaving nothing but twisted... God damn it, you interrupted my story! It was a vicious creature plaguing the southern mountains, slaughtering all those that stood in its way, leaving nothing but twisted remnants of their corpses to terrify people. And for years, this elusive golden demon evaded capture until the great Master Kusho of the Kinku Order was sent to capture it. And he did so along with his teenage son and his young apprentice, the Shen and Zed, very irresponsible by the way. And they would hunt the golden demon for 4 long years, so long that Kusho started to age, Shen lost all the joy in his heart, and Zed lost all of his focus. It's almost like the demon was taunting them for their own failure. But through all this hunting, Kusho realized there was a pattern to this killing, and suspected this may not be the work of a demon at all. This might be the work of a mortal human, if not Vastaya. Convinced that they could capture this human, they decided to lay a trap at the upcoming Spirit Blossom Festival. And Kusho is right. The golden demon was in fact just a normal mortal man. In fact, it was just a stagehand working under the name Jhin. You people keep interrupting my stories, and I don't appreciate... Oh. And I don't appreciate it! And so they capture Jhin at this festival. But Master Kusho, using his emotionless neutralness that he's supposed to display as leader of the Kinku, decides, no, we can't kill him. We have to keep him alive. We've already upset the balance too much. And also people find out that the Golden Demon was just a normal guy that might make some people really depressed and might even inspire some people to do the killing themselves. So we're not going to do that. And so Jhin remained in prison for years, revealing very little about himself to the guards who watched him, only that he was very proficient in the arts. He was a dancer, a painter, a poet. What do you call a person who writes poems? 1, 2, 3... and 4! You motherfucker! I'm not mad, I just want to kill my team and then myself. Prisoning Jhin also set the seeds for Zed, as he was very mad that Kusho had let this serial murderer live, which kind of justifiable. I know that you didn't want to inspire other people to be like him, just take him into secret and then kill him there. Why'd you leave him in the prison? But years later, Noxus invades, awakening the dormant land of Ionia's bloodlust, and through unknown circumstances, Jhin is freed from his prison. And now whoever his patrons are these days, all we know is that they give him the full funds and weapons to continue his slaughter, with every new assassination and mass murder revealing the mark that Jhin had returned, was on the scene. The golden demon was back, and only Jhin knows where he's gonna strike next. Is that theatric enough? I hope so. This character's awesome. Which is also weird. It's like, it brings like a weird point to Jhin which it's like not even just Jhin specifically, but how come pop culture idolizes serial killers? Like in everything, even in TV shows or even in history, right? Like Jack the Ripper or any other famous serial killer, like they're put on a pedestal of like these grand people where it's like, dude, being a serial killer is probably one of the worst possible things you could be in general, like, in life ever. But disregarding the morbidness of making a serial killer this awesome, Jhin is really awesome character. I especially love. It's a problem when there's a champion who you don't know much about. With Jhin, we don't know who he really is. We don't know his real motivations. We don't know what he even looks like. Please ignore the leaked concept art for the Shen comic. We are going to pretend that never happened. And in fact, if you didn't notice while I was reading a paraphrased version of his bio, that we don't even get much story from him. Pretty much his entire bio is said from other people's perspective. He's like a minor character in his own biography. And I think that's done intentionally. To me, that makes perfect sense to do because his character is supposed to be about mystery. If you knew what he looked like or what his motivations are, it would take away from the idea that he is basically a supernatural human being. Everyone thought that he was a demon or some malevolent force, but he was just a guy. He was just a guy that sadistic and smart enough to be able to get away with it all. And of course, it's only amplified by his voice lines. He's such a theater kid. Like, everything he does is a performance. Even every kill. He treats killing not as just, any other assassin would be like, here's a bullet, dead. But Jhin, he has to put on a show. He has to make sure that every killing is worth watching, not just for him, but for all the other onlookers in his audience. His teaser was so good at portraying that. Everyone remembers back in the day when Jhin was first getting teased and you saw stuff like Vi and Sona and them just getting absolutely destroyed, turning into trees and all the breath escaping their body. Like, he was putting on a show, killing these champions, and obviously those champions didn't actually die in the lore. But, oh, you ruin my show every time, death! Now you'll get a taste of your own medicine! That's cheating. That's cheating! I hate it here. And the whole theater side of his character is only amplified by his design because he is a weird looking son of a bitch. I love how asymmetrical it is. Maybe it's just like, I find it more visually interesting than the perfectly symmetrical characters, though I do like symmetry sometimes. But for a character like Jhin, it kind of builds that uneasiness. Why does he have this giant shoulder pauldron? Why does he have a robot arm only on one arm? Why does he look so weird? It gives that essence of like, he looks unnatural. He is just a mortal human underneath it all, but there's something wrong about him. And of course, the mask completely hiding his face. We never get to see what he looks like, even when he takes it off in some animations. Just that ever-looming mystery of this crazed serial killer. We don't know his identity. We don't know his motivations. That mystery adds so much to it. Why is this understudy here to steal my tower plating? I hate it here. And of course, the big cloak, all the posing, like, boom. Everything he does feels so exaggerated and fluent. Like that dancer, you get that aspect of him in his animations. And it's just beautiful. I did a stream a while ago talking about champion thematic fantasy. Which ones had the most thematic fantasy? Like, if you're playing a character in League of Legends, oh my goodness, Darius. That guy's playing the thematic fantasy of being a dumbass. But from his voice lines to his animations to everything about him, when you're playing Jhin, you get that idea that this is some twisted, artistic serial killer. Everything that's advertised in who he is as a character is perfectly on display when you play him. Oh. Now you die. I hate it here. I know I haven't exactly been the most chipper person in this game, but I am having fun, okay? Like, no matter what happens with Jhin, I am always having fun. He's got that special thing about him where every single ability he has feels satisfying. The W root from long range, the ult snipe, the Q bounce, every auto attack has so much impact. They definitely took a page out of Graves' book. Rest in peace, Brian. They definitely took a page out of Graves' book with the whole reloading gun thing. And with Graves, it's a shotgun. It kind of makes sense. But why would a long-range, squishy character have to reload their guns every few seconds? But it's playing into the thematic that he's an artist. He goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Like, he's pacing himself in his own fight. The fact that you can't gain attack speed is just so awesome. All your attack speed is converted into extra damage. All your crit is converted into extra damage. Oh my goodness. He's not just got 4 in his auto attack, he's got 4 in everything. Like 4 letters in his name, in ult, in Q bounce, in trap revealing vision. Like, this guy is all about 4 all the time. They try to do that a little bit with Hui. It was all about 3, but it didn't feel like a little forced. You know, I could be the 4th surrender vote. Damn it! You fellas already know, if you've watched my channel for a while, that I loathe the AD carry class. Like, there's no other class in the game I would rather play less. Maybe Enchanters, but Enchanters at least have, you know, Rakan and Renata. Those are fun. But AD carry is a class of champions I just absolutely despise. I do not enjoy the fantasy of the slow, squishy, long-ranged character that requires the entire team to play around them. It's such a selfish playstyle inherently. It's just not that fun. Kiting is just not a very fun mechanic to me. So the fact that Jhin, I think, is probably my 6th highest mastery champion in the game should probably say something. They struck gold. Jhin, to me, sorry, Trundo. Jhin, to me, is just a masterpiece. I feel like if you make a character that can transcend the role disparity, that people who don't even play this role will love Jhin, not just in personality, not just in visual design, but how he plays. Anyone can play Jhin for fun, but still has a very big skill ceiling that you can tell expert level Jins from the noob. And that's the best kind of character to me. I absolutely love when a character is easy to pick up and play. I can do like what I'm doing now, where I haven't played Jhin for a year, pick him up again after a year's time. It all comes back to me in 5 nanoseconds, and I'm rolling the ball again, and it's great. I'm obviously missing a lot, like I'm not landing every shot, but he's still so much fun. It's just, I hesitate to think of a single champion in the league that has captured that essence of being pretty much the perfect champion in every avenue. Oh, you know, I can think of one flaw. One flaw. Lethality Jhin. I do not like lethality Jhin. I know that he switches every now and again from crit to lethality being the strongest. In fact, this game was recommending me lethality items instead of crit, and it might be the best for him right now. But to me, the fantasy of Jhin getting massive bursts of movement speed with every crit, I hate it here. The fact that if you build crit nearly every shot like that, oh, you get this big burst of movement speed with nearly every auto zipping around the whole fight, every single shot doing a million damage is so satisfying. Whereas lethality, it's built a lot more into the ult doing a lot of damage, which is fun. But the autos, man, the autos is what makes this character so satisfying. And whenever lethality Jin's meta, I don't really want to play him because to me it defeats the entire purpose. And one last thing to call the perfection of Jhin is his skins. I don't think there's a single champion in the game where pretty much every single skin he has is an actual banger. Like it's an 8 out of 10 or above. Most of his skins are 10 out of 10, and I think I can remember most of them off the top of my head. There's High Noon, awesome. He's got Blood Moon, also awesome. Dark Cosmic, absolutely fantastic. Project Jhin, one of the better project skins. Shanghai Scrolls, fantastic. Soul Fighter, so cool. Empyrean, okay, Empyrean's not that great, but Empyrean skins are just not good in general, so that doesn't count. He's also, I think, one of, if not the only champion to have an exclusive skin in every single other league game. He's got Pulsefire Jhin in LOR. He's got Maestro Jhin in TFT. He's got Red X Jhin. Die! And he's got Red X Jhin in Wild Rift, which is one of the only good superhero themed skins. Because for some reason, I don't know why, it's always Jhin. Because he is just a human at the end of the day. You can do it for Graves, you can do it for Kaisa, they're all humans. Why is it that Jhin... Oh. I could be the 4th surrender vote again. I could... Ah! It's just a miracle somehow that pretty much every single skin they give him is always going to be good. And he doesn't get skins too frequently. He usually gets, I think, 1 skin a year, usually. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot about Dark Cosmic Erasure. Oh, no. Though, to be fair, that is not Jin's fault. That could have happened to literally any champion. The result would have been the same. But the fact that they started the $200 mythic scams with Jhin is a slap in the face to the legacy of Jhin. That is not fair to have that. It's not his fault, okay? It's like it's not Echo's fault having to them.
Art
I will blame Lee Sin, though. I choose to blame Lee Sin. That is the one big stain he has on his legacy that will always haunt me, that they decide to do that to Jhin of all champions. But outside of situations... Oh! But outside of situations that are beyond his control, to me, Jhin is the perfect champion. I cannot think of any other character that I think in the entire game that is so well-rounded in every single avenue. His lore is fantastic, has that element of mystery to it that you want to learn more about him as a character. His design is intriguing and asymmetrical and iconic as hell, incorporating a whole bunch of Ionian stuff while still looking foreign and alien. His gameplay, it transcends gameplay boundaries so that even non-AD carry players can enjoy this guy with every single game, no matter if you're winning or losing, is satisfying. And every single skin, with the exception of maybe like a couple, pretty much every skin that he has is almost flawless. I can't think of any other champion in the game that is like this. And I know that it isn't exactly the most unpopular opinion. I think it's pretty well known that Jhin is one of the most fan favorite characters in the entire game. And for good reason. They didn't muck up his voice lines in LOR, though, but that was because they had some issues. You know, the voice actor was going through some shady allegations at the time, which I'm pretty sure have been cleared up. So I think if Jhin appears in anything else in the future, we'll get the old voice actor back. But kind of sucks that we had to get a replacement for LOR. But, you know, the replacement voice actor did as good as he could, but it's kind of hard to replicate perfection. Well, the game seems to be ending. So I can be the... I can't believe this. Let me have the 4. Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm fine. Next week, thank you for everyone for stopping by this Casual Champion review. Next week, we get to talk about another fantastic AD carry in Jinx. So thank you for watching a year of Casual Champion review, fellas. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time, okay?